Hey, what's up, everybody? Here to bring another review. This time is the 1000 Toys Etherow from Aposimz. So, you know, let's get started. Um, I'm actually really excited for this. I've been reading the manga, and it's really dope. There's some stuff I don't really understand, so I'm gonna jump back and reread it because I've read it so far and few in between. But enough about me. Let's talk about this toy. So let's jump into it. Uh, it's actually really dope. It's a very nice red. It's a red I didn't expect because I know a lot of people out online complaining about it, but mine seems just fine. I love this red. I love this candy red with a mix of a dirt look that's followed by, like I said, it's following kind of like what the manga follows, where it's like snow and ash is kind of all the way around. So you kind of get the suit covered in that in certain spots. So let's start with articulation and start with what's going on with the look. So his red and white design is actually really nice. And just like all 1000 toy stuff, even with the hindrance of the armor here, up here by the head, he still has a nice full range. So you can look left and right, up and down, as you can see here, and still rotate around. Or if you want, you can pop the head off and then rotate back around. It's not even going to be hindered in the slightest. Just the only thing that hinders you going left and right is pretty much going to be the collar, which, like I said, you can work your way around it by taking the head off and putting it back on. As far as the back articulation, because he has wings, I'm going to go over that. You can actually rotate them all the way through around, as you can see here, and they can rotate out, and they rotate left and right on the joint. So this joint has a lot of movement. See here, mid-flight, you can look, just looks good. I'm not sure if you can actually just bubble it off and just take it off. I don't want to take my chances with it by popping anything like I just did. I popped off a shoulder armor, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I don't want to mess up anything on mine. As you can see here, my joint is actually a little loose, but that's fine. So I'm going to go back to this shoulder armor real fast. The shoulder armor is really nice, but it hinders him in a little bit on this right-hand side, and I'll show you why. So you see it pops on, but you can actually rotate the armor. So if it is getting in your way, I would say you rotate it a little, so you can actually get full rotation of your figure. As you can see here, it has a nice butterfly joint that allows it to have a 360-degree rotation. The arm does have bicep swivel. I'll show you that now. Oop. My joints are really tight. So as you can see, I do have bicep swivel as it rotates. It's really, really tight. So I would suggest you heat yours up just in case you're having a little bit of trouble. The arms are double jointed. Full rotation that allows you to go all the way up and through. And the same is allowed on both sides. And the armor for the shoulder actually rotates through the arm. So you can see mine's moved up and moved down. So as soon as I move the arm up, that moved up as well. But I'm going to put that back on. I went a little too far, too fast. So let me get that back on there. Best part about this is nothing's actually wearing thin or like getting worn out. Once I put the armor back on, it just kind of pops back in place. You got to make sure you pop it back in the right spot. Again, bicep swivel on both sides. The thing you need to also be careful for is when swapping joints, and I'll talk about that in a second. The ball joints on the wrist are standard 1000 Toys policy, where it can rotate all the way through and around. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky in the midsection. So there is armor here, and you would think that the armor gets in the way, but it doesn't. It's actually soft plastic. It's malleable. But what I found out is if you hold it there too long, or you don't know what you're doing, it could hold there and get like messed up. So if you're gonna hold it in a pose and you're gonna put it back to a regular standing pose, I suggest you heat it up to make it soft again and hold in place. That's what I suggest. You don't have to do it if you don't wanna. If you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to. So as far as the midsection goes, has a great ab crunch, even though there's armor here at the front. As you can see here, he rolls all the way forward. It has a great length of articulation going backwards and can rotate side to side. So it's actually really well done. Standard for 1000 Toys. That's what we're used to getting from them. Now, real quick, you see the leg rotates all the way up, going forward. Rotate can going back. The armor kind of gets in the way. The armor plating, this here in the back, it's a little bit rougher than the armor up front, so it's a little less tolerable. But in the front, it's not really an issue whatsoever. So you can see you do high jump kicks. Leg rotates here at the lower thigh as well. Rotates just a little bit. It's double jointed, and there's a toe pivot and 2 sections, so that's really nice. It actually rotates on a very great ankle pivot. So if you want to be a martial artist, you can totally do that with this guy. You can actually do just about anything with him. He's only hindered by where the armor plating is a little too rough. Let's see if we can get him in a cool pose. So as you can see here, He pretty much nailed a really good pose very easily, like a standard 1000 toy. I really, really like this. Like I said, I need to go back and read the manga again because there's so much stuff to like absorb in this. Also, I was reading in Japanese and not in English, so I should probably go back and read it in English now that it's available. Next up, we're gonna go to the part swapping and the other accessories that he comes with. Now, what I find tricky for him is that balancing him, because he has a different type of ankle joint. Actually, kind of, you need some help balancing, but I eventually got around to it, as you can see. Now, you get two different types of arm swaps. The arm swap has a different marking, which allows you to show when you're going to actually access his weapon that actually folds out under his arm. This is an easy arm swap by replacing his left arm. As you can see, this marking is different from the normal one. With that being said, there's also an extra arm swap for the weapon. Now with the weapon, I'm going to show you guys in a second. Now with the weapon, as you can see, it's a part swap, so it just forms right out. There's a ball joint on the wrist that allows you to still be able to put a hand on it, which is really dope. And it has the barrel here, so it's really nice. I like these little white pallets on the inside. I just like it. Just look the look of this. It's really nice. Now we're going to talk about the hand accessories that he comes with. You get two monster-like open palms. And I think that with mine's came a little bit discolored, and that's okay. Or maybe it's what they were aiming for, because I actually see it here on the left one. So I could be wrong. Considering the manga's in black and white and not necessarily in color, that can be it. So it's really nice. So this one, the left-hand side, where I noticed this is where he gets his disease first. So this can actually be a decaying hand. It's actually really nice. I'm a big fan of this. These are the more open, menacing palms. And then you get two more relaxed palms. You get two relaxed open palms. And as you can see here, you have the two fists. Now, because I ordered mine directly from 1000 Toys, I actually got a bonus head. Now, bonus head is actually really, really nice. It does differ from the prototype pictures, but it actually does follow through and look a lot more like the manga head, which I'm okay with. There's no black around the eyes because in the manga they revealed that that's not actually there. And the eyes are different colors, one red and one blue. You can also move the eyes. I'm unsure how to do it to get into the head or the faceplate of it, but they look movable because there actually is a gap in them that allows you to move it. I did it with a little twig earlier, but it's actually hard to do. But hoping I can move them around again. I got them back in after messing with it. But I would love to be able to do it again to get it to look more menacing from behind or look around. The head is really nice. I like it. It's well done, especially because it follows after the manga where they revealed some stuff. Now we're going to jump into Sass Comparison with other lines. So I'm going to get Etherow to stand straight up so we can do some cool Sass comparisons. Come on, Etherow, you can do it. And I want to point out, so as you can see here, there's no real, it's just smooth and round on the back side of his heel. Meanwhile, the front heel is where you'll do all the balancing. So just keep that in mind so that way you don't kind of get frustrated with him. Because as you can see, I was able to do it only after I remembered to do that. So now, real quick, let's jump into size comparisons. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Now as you can see, he's smaller than a Marvel Legend, but still in a very nice scale with them. And I like that. Kind of like with the Storm stuff, 1000 Toys is more of a Japanese 1/12 scale. So it'll work more with more Japanese stuff as opposed to the American stuff, whereas the Storm stuff works with more American stuff. Here he is next to an Articulated Icons Ninja, which actually has a really nice, I really like the scale of these three because it shows three different sizes. And although they're three different scales, they actually really work well with each other. Here he is next to an SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Gem. I want to make sure you guys see that. It's a very nice size with the two together. Really, really nice. Here he is also with a fellow 1000 Toys Yuzu. The 1000 Toys Synthetic Human. So let's see if I can get him to balance out. Because, yep. Now as you see, the 1000 Toys Human is a little bit bigger, but Etherow is a small teenage kid, so it actually works out. He's just a kid in armor after getting the doll disease. Here he is next to a Figma Deku. As you can see, 15-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid. You kind of get my drift here, right? Next up, with a Storm Collectibles Ryu, or Evil Ryu, I should say, sorry. And as you can see, he kind of towers over him. And last but not least, a Mezco Punisher. So scale-wise, it's more in scale with Japanese stuff, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun and just put them all over the place if you want. All in all, I'm very happy with the figure. Came out really nice articulation-wise. I like the nice red. It's just really nice and lush and fresh. And I love the look of it. Just love the design. I wish I could get a little further in the manga so I can understand it, though. But all in all, it's a great figure. Happy to have it. Happy to have the bonus head as well. So in the meantime, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative. And most of all, I hope you do good, be good, and drink your water. Later.